Hi. Hey, Casey. How you doing? Oh boy. Hold on, Casey. Hey, chickenhead. How's everyone doing this afternoon? So, I wanted to just jump on. How you doing, Slink? Well, hit me up when we're done with this, if you want to, Casey. Hey, pretty wicked. So, first of all, for anyone that has just found me from this case, hey Shannon. For anyone that's found me, this is kind of what I do. I'm just a meat puppet. You know, tragedies happen in people's lives, and I jump in the middle. I get in between. Hey Angela, I jump in between, and then they start to focus on me, and you know, anything they can pull up or anything they can, you know, manifest in their minds. Yeah, I don't go live very often. I do when I go away from the house, just because, I don't know, I like to chat and drive. Anyhow, I was told by someone that lives out in that area that they actually have a truck at the local police department there, I guess back behind, and it fits that description. I don't know anything more about it, you know, nor does that person. So, hey guys, I'm sorry about the. Anyway, sorry about the chat. For one, when I follow it, even when I'm not driving, it is I just play hell trying to keep the train of thought because I want to answer everyone's questions and you know, to the best I can. So this one, if you have a particular question that lingers and maybe I can help, go ahead and comment it in the comment section of this video, and we'll get to it. So, I specifically wanted to talk just for a moment about the trolling the family. Now, a lot of you know that I'm a world-class troll. You just farted, nice. Don't do that again. We're being serious in here, bro. Don't do that again. So, somebody created a channel of some sort. I don't know exactly where. And Mr. Wells, in the name of Mr. Wells, and put a video on there that was, I guess, controversial enough that by what Mr. Wells says, that the law enforcement they went and did a bunch of scuba stuff that day in the name of that video, and I thought that was pretty rich. You know, pretty rich that someone would come on and waste a resource like that. Now, to the ones that are just kind of dipping your toes in to the missing kids sector of YouTube, the true crime, I don't know how many of you are or you aren't, but if you're new to this, you have a decision to make. Do you want to hang around and be a basher, or are you going to be, you know, one of the people that stands in the gap for these other folks? You know what would be great is if the world was inherently good, that the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, it was probably like that. more like that, you know. Um, so we've lost the nostalgia, right? Essentially, we've lost nostalgia. These young kids today, you know, some of them will never handle an actual photograph, and certainly generations to come won't. Everything is, you know, their whole life will be digital. There'll be nothing tangible that they could have held on to. So essentially, when, you know, a child or someone from this generation and beyond, you know, loses their phone with all their pictures, it doesn't bother them because they don't have that sense of nostalgia, you know, that a lot of us get. That analog feel, right? That real analog feel, and that's gone. But I guess we're over 900 tips now. Not a credible one. I do want to talk just a moment about. I have a line to the Wells, and I just think that right now, you know, they're, you know, clearly they're talking enough other places that I don't want to just jump on the bandwagon and be one of those uh, you know, channels or platforms that you know, victim hop. I'm not into that. In the event that Donald and Candace want to speak to me, they can. I mean, speak through me. They can. So I don't know that you guys could expect to hear from Don and Candace on my channel. I know that we did the Monica Sherrod stuff, Cash Birdie case, and just an update on her, guys. Monica she's doing better, but quite naturally she's really, you know, she's missing the boys. So enough about that. But anyways, you know, I heard a lot of things from the church guy there. I don't want to say their names. I said it wrong the other day, or yet earlier today, whatever. I said it wrong because if you say it wrong, everyone knows what I'm talking about. But if you say it wrong, they can't snatch your channel down. So we'll just, we know who we're the funeral man, right? The funeral man. He came on and he said some stuff about this red truck. And like I told you before, he prefaced this shit. Moderators, if you see anything out of pocket, just, you know what to do. Ain't no second chances today. We're all grown. You're in here talking crazy and other shit, man, we'll just remove you. You got time for that shit, right? Hold on, Lindsay. Let me give you some iron, sweetheart. You got some iron. Now, you see some people playing. Hey, what's up, G-Dog? You see some people playing. Just go on ahead and put that iron across their head. I know you will, G-Dog. Hey, I'm just passing out bullets. It's up to y'all how you use it. Hey. Yes, we do. And you are one of them. Yeah, so much hate. Now, for fuck's sake, the hate. I could never hate somebody the way these people are hating Donald, and I've never met the man. Like, what the hell has Donald done to me? Like, nothing. So he will always have my support, Candace as well, until the damn police go. If in the event they do that, I'm certainly for the victim, right? Now, the ego, I've spoke on this before, the ego is such a huge part of making that decision to have a channel or not. Let me just say it there. The ego is what holds people back or thrusts them forward to make a channel. You're either cool with it or you're not cool with it. You know, you either have don't have a problem putting yourself out there, or you do. It's up to the individual, right? But there are a ton of people that have made the decision to start a channel that should not. Now, you know, a lot of people say, oh, Danny, you got a small channel. Guess what? We're really active over here, right? We're really active. We see a great majority of our audience that are subscribed. We see them. We don't have 100,000 subscribers, and you know we've got 100 or 1,000 watching something, right? We play around with the larger percentages of our channel, right? This is our channel, right? So the hate, it's so real, right? But you also got to understand the power of clout. Clout is such a dangerous thing, right? Clout has you doing a lot of different shit that you ordinarily wouldn't, or maybe you ordinarily would. I don't know, but clout's kind of like being drunk. When you're drunk, you're more apt to do things that you wouldn't do, if you weren't so uninhibited, right? Quality over quantity, all the way. But so I actually was trying to be cute with doing some math yesterday, and I went to Reddit with it, right? And Reddit's better than all of us over here on YouTube. Reddit's like really serious, right? Somebody did the math, and I was way off. I was just doing a real boiled down, just a boiled down, bro. I was so off. I was off by thousands, and it made it that much more real. Pardon me, guys. Some of you know that I smoke cigarettes. Some of you don't know. I like to have a cigarette when I'm talking deep, so I've been trying to curb it. You know what I mean? And so here we go. But this is what happens. People from Hawkins County, if there's ever, now listen, let me just give you a scenario real quick, right? Say they find a person of interest, right? Really, and I don't want to give a crook any ideas, but at this point in time, those fucking police will believe anything, right? I mean, they are baited. Them police are ready, right? And so it's not going to be hard in this, in the prosecutorial climate that they have there. It is not going to be hard to make a prosecutorial mistake. You have people who are absolutely saturating online with just the wildest shit, right? I have seen somebody post in some of these groups on Facebook. They actually posted a nasty kitchen, and when I was looking at it, I was like, oh my God. And I clicked the comments, and you go down through there, there's just a ton of people saying, this needs to be removed. This isn't even their kitchen. Like, we've seen their kitchen. That's not their kitchen. And I just don't know what's in the spirit of some human beings to do that. Right? Like, what's in the spirit of people to do that? How can you, well, this is the other thing. We do live in America or around the world where we've had this pandemic, and we've become more comfortable with, not seeing people's faces. Well, I am big time on eye contact and looking at people's faces when they talk to me and yada, yada, yada. And let me tell you what, I just can't take somebody seriously that I can't look in the eye. Because right here is going to tell you all you need to know, right? So, meanwhile, if I can't see your face, I can't put any weight in anything you say. Now, let me tell you this. Most of the ones that don't show their face, they're on that bullshit anyway, right? Like, So you have to consider the source, right? Now, to those that are new to this or that haven't taken the track with some of these people that are involved in YouTube right now, I've trekked with these people on a few cases now. This is what they do. They make money off the case. They misappropriate the funds. They use the money for things other than what it was raised for. There's a ton of victim bashing, and then what you'll see is these same people take a case just as earthly far as it could go in the negative realm, and then right about that time, another kid goes missing. Another kid goes missing, and another sucker is born, right? Another sucker, because let me tell you how it works. You may not even give a fuck about any of those other nasty channels, but the way ego plays into this deal is like this. You might come over to my channel and comment some fucked up shit, and then I may block your stupid ass, and then you would quite naturally end up on the channels that's full of all the other motherfuckers that don't like Benny, because Benny doesn't even entertain conversation that is in the realm of victim bashing, right? So then you find all of these fucking idiots all over on one place, and guess what? They don't all subscribe to the same way of thinking in regards to this case. But where they do subscribe to the same way of thinking is hating me. Why do they hate me? Because I'm the one that speaks out and against about what they're doing, and I make it wrong. Without me and some other selective channels, these people would be able to go on with impunity. Impunity. They'd be able to go on and on and on and on and on. Right? Right? Let me tell you this, guys. I also do this every now and then when there's a bunch of bullshit going on, right? Let me tell you this. If you're not familiar with how to report a video, when you're looking at the video, you're going to start hitting buttons that's going to say report. And you're going to go in there, and they've got a new titling now, and it is called cyber bullying. Okay? We need you to report every video that looks like cyberbullying, or that looks like harassment, or that looks like spam, or a misleading agenda. No, they would not know the truth. No. That's it, because this is the deal. As soon as they get the truth, and the truth isn't as spectacular as the the bullshit they got going. I won't even try to make it sound fancy. When the truth comes out, or the truth never comes out, you got ego in the way. Ego's in the fucking way right now. Ego has these people, they don't care about what happens this summer, only so as they minimalize how wrong they are. They rather be wrong instead of wronger, or wrongest. Right? Because there's levels to this shit. That is levels to this shit. Let me tell you what they do. They band together so as they feel strong enough to continue pushing out the viciousness, which takes absolutely no intelligence to put into action. You don't have to be smart to be vicious, right? You could have one brain cell and that one be committed to viciousness. But they can't do it alone. I don't band together with anybody. The last time I banded together with somebody, we both had some soul searching going on, and it's still going on right now, right? So, well, guys, another great piece of advice, right? The devil is alive, and he's a lie too, right? He's all in these comments all over. He's all in these comments all over. And while you think you're just playing around on YouTube, what you're doing is exposing your soul to the type of sorcery and witchcraft that can go on here. What's up, B? Right? You've got psychics on here telling you to pray. You've got this and that. I watched a Sloan Bella video this morning, and she was, I don't know. The feeling that I got from her was as if, if I thought back a week ago to when she made that video, I knew all the same things already that she said in her video. Like, she was saying stuff like it, like it was coming to her, but that shit had already been in the news. Right? Like, hey, Trinity. Like, what? Come on, man. She's like, I'm seeing a red truck, and I'm seeing, and I'm like, because the police in the fucking news already showed us the red truck. Then let me tell you what happened. ODB or DD, sorry, not Darian Brown. Man, Dotson, man. This fool came on this bitch and said some old dumb shit. Thank you for becoming a member, and came on this bitch and said some old dumb shit about this fucking truck. Then Don goes on Justice for Jay and says, man, no, that ain't the truck. Hold on, I got to get my medicine right quick. Give me 1 minute for real. Oi! Shannon, thank you for becoming a member. All right, I'm back, guys. Now, I was inside thinking, my mind is always at work. Don't you know what happens, right? What happens now is that when Summer's case draws to a close, that doesn't mean the kind of work that I want to do or that I am doing stops, right? Because what you have to do after there's a conclusion of some sort on this case, what you have to do is start working to indoctrinate everyone to know that, hey, just like when you go into public, you worry about fucking active shooters and, you know, you worry about new things in the new world, right? So now you have to know that if you're involved in a tragedy and it hits the fucking YouTube waves, don't say shit. Don't say anything. Don't come on here and try to plead your point. Don't come on here and try to shake it off or you know, get the haters off of you or any of that shit. Don't do it, right? Like, we have a mission to make sure that people know, right, that victim blaming in America is real, right? It's just like, you know what? They say racism is an American problem. I believe it is. Racism is an American problem. But guess what? Victim bashing is an international problem. Because I see creators from Canada. I see creators from the UK, all Australia, all over the fucking world that are out here doing the best victim bashing of all. So that, you know, the international community is not immune to those issues. You know, I've heard that. I have heard that, Lizzie. And I don't know. I'm fired up again, man. I don't know nothing about the lady. I know that she covered some stuff on the Orrin and Orson West case, and I just didn't like. I didn't like it, right? Like, so the issue for me is the people that you know, that resonate and resound with psychics is that I feel like I understand it the way that the believers believe it, right? And the way I understand it is that because it's coming from a spiritual force, that spiritual force's level of truth would be hard to reckon with if you were of the flesh, right? Like, who are you to argue with an apparition, right? Like, I don't know. Like, that one tries to ask you to pray for it. I don't understand it. I just don't understand that ideology. Now, do I think that there's a power that exists like that? I do. I think there is. But I also think that it's dangerous to handle that because the side effect of handling that type of sorcery is not anywhere. I don't want to be next to that. Anyone else. All I'm saying is for me, I don't want to get next to sorcery. That's all. So, you know, I just, you know, I've oftentimes wondered, what does it sound like when someone that follows a psychic or a psychic themselves calls in and says they have a tip? Do they automatically identify themselves as, you know, someone with that type of power? Or do they cloak themselves and slide in like they're regular general public, like they have good, you know, they've got good, cold eyewitness account, which we also know that historically the eyewitness account is miserably inconsistent with what, you know, the end all. So, you know, just a few tidbits of information. And yes, the statistics, they play into every single abduction. You know, a majority of the time, yes, it is a family abduction of some sort. But we've you know, been on this one, what is it, 26 days now or whatever, and so all of those sort of you know, tips and leads or whatever, they've been looked at. You know, so where does it go from here? You know, I don't know. I do know that it is growing toward, you know, after 30 days, the statistics. I mean, after 3 hours of being missing, the statistics start to plummet. After 30 days, after 90 days, and then you start looking at cold case statistics. How often is the cold case closed out with the type of disposition that we want? Like 2% of it's my wife's lunch, and she's beckoning me, so I'm not going to make her wait. I love you guys. Just some food for thought, things to remember, and I'll talk to you later. Remember, guys, the absence of evidence is not the evidence of